All rise.
You may be seated.
Your Honor, in the matter of Sheila Omundi and Christine Kipng'etich, Ms. Sheila says she was married to the deceased Patrick Kipng'etich, and therefore she deserves a share of the deceased estate. Here the report.
Hello, ladies.
Hello, Your Honor.
Good. Sheila,
Yes, Your Honor.
how long were you married to the late Patrick Kipng'etich?
For 3 years. For 3 years, Your Honor.
Oh, God. Okay.
What's funny, Christine?
You see, Your Honor, actually, I think what she means by that question is, for how long have you been forcing yourself on my husband?
Firstly, really.
How come you didn't know your husband was married to someone else?
Your Honor, Patrick and I never went public about our marriage. You see, he passed on before we could finish our wedding preparations.
So you people are not really married. All you had was a wedding plan.
Yes, Your Honor, but we had agreed that he would take me in as his second wife. But the plans for the wedding had already started.
All preparations?
Yeah, for the wedding. For the wedding, Your Honor. I even have the wedding dress designer here who took my measurements.
Oh, is she here with us?
Yeah, over there.
Please.
Kindly, could you please tell the court your name?
My name is Jen.
Jen.
Yes.
Okay, you just have to put your hand here as you swear. Repeat these words after me. I, Jen,
I, Jen,
do swear to this court
do swear to this court
that whatever I'm going to testify
that whatever I'm going to testify
is the plain truth
is the plain truth
and nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
Miss Jane, what business do you do?
I'm the owner at Jenny Fashions and Designer, Your Honor.
And today you are here in court confirming that Sheila here had something to buy from your shop.
Yes, Your Honor.
And what was that?
A wedding dress, Your Honor.
A wedding dress.
Yes.
Okay, what advances has she made towards the buying of the dress?
Sheila and the husband made a deposit of 35,000.
When you say husband, you mean Patrick, the late Patrick?
Yes, Mr. Patrick.
Okay. They put down a deposit
Yes, Your Honor.
of how much?
35,000.
35,000.
Yes.
Okay. And you were to design the dress and sew it?
Yes.
Okay. What was the total amount of the dress, if I may ask?
They were to pay 65,000.
65,000.
Yes, Your Honor.
But they had a deposit of. Do you have any receipt or any evidence towards that?
Yes.
So Sheila here deposited the 35,000.
Yes, they deposited 35,000 and I started working on it immediately.
So when you say they, who do you refer? They, who was she with?
She came with the husband.
Oh, she came with the late husband.
Yes, Mr. Patrick.
And you are sure of what you're saying?
Yes, I'm sure.
Oh. Okay. That will be all for now.
Thank you.
May I step down? Miss Christine, were you aware of your husband getting involved to the extent of marrying?
No, Your Honor. The only plans my husband and I had was finishing up the building that we had in our rural area.
So how exactly how were you married to the deceased if you never got to go public?
We were not married, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we were married and I had a son with him. We're just finalizing on making our wedding legal, rather making it known that I was Patrick's second wife. Jeez.
You said You two had a son together?
Yes, Your Honor, we did have a son together.
Did you know about your husband having a son out of wedlock?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Oh, come on, not only that, we had a son together, but we also lived in our house that was in Kipng'etich, which he bought for me, by the way.
The house in Kipng'etich is in your name?
No, Your Honor, it's under my son's name, Liam.
But you lived together? In the same house, or you lived with the late Patrick?
We lived together with him, yeah.
Yes, but in the Kipng'etich house?
No, yes, in Kipng'etich house, which he bought for me.
Actually, Your Honor, I am the one who talked Patrick to buy the house for him simply because she went on threatening us that she will bring her son to our marital home.
Is it true, Sheila, you threatened?
Your Honor, all what I wanted to do was just do something.
Sheila, please answer my question. Did you threaten to go and cause drama or sin at the late Patrick's matrimonial home?
Yes, Your Honor, but all what I wanted, or all what I did, was what any other mother in this world would do if they were in the same position. Your Honor, I was jobless, and Patrick said that he didn't want anything to do with my son after his wife here, Christine, turned him against me. You know, he started avoiding us, and I had to do something to make sure that he was responsible to our son. Actually, she even convinced him to come and tell me to abort the kid.
What? Is it true, Christine?
Yes, Your Honor.
As a woman, especially a mother like you, I didn't expect that from you. Where's the humanity? How would you advise somebody to terminate a life?
No, Your Honor. All I was trying to do was to save my marriage.
And her abortion of terminating the pregnancy, that would save your marriage?
Not exactly, Your Honor, but kind of.
Christine, you should know the risk involved in abortion. And not only that, speaking of the illegalities, it's just incredible to hear from a mother. You have a child of your own.
Yes,
and pushing your husband to go and do his mistakes. Anyway, that doesn't justify your advocating, and that's so cruel of you. So, Sheila, carry on, please.
So, like I was saying, Your Honor, I never, and I didn't want to threaten Patrick nor his family. All what I wanted was for Patrick to just be supportive, because I didn't have a job. I was even struggling to pay for my house rent and maybe buy some other things too.
So Patrick was not sending any supporting money for the child or child support?
No, he was not, Your Honor.
And later he agreed to support you to the extent of buying a house under your name or under your son's name?
That was under my son's name.
So, Christine, there was a house bought, and after you had the cruel advice of termination to the pregnancy, a house was bought.
Exactly, Your Honor. Actually,
And the house was bought on terms, I understand.
yes, Your Honor. This house was bought simply because I was fed up with all her dramas and threats. So I talked to my Patrick so that he could buy him a house. You know, actually, little did I know that he was going to manipulate and exploit his kindness.
When you say manipulate and exploit her kindness, what do you mean?
You see, Your Honor, as we can all see, she's light-skinned, kind of. Most men nowadays are driven by light-skinned women. So
when you say she's blazed with a skin that attracted your husband, you mean light skin?
I mean rangatao, Your Honor.
Well, what do I say, Your Honor? I thank God. What do I say?
So, Miss Christine, let me understand this right. You're trying to tell the court the deceased was to go and get a house for his son, but not to settle there.
No.
But his relation with the Ranja, that was you call her, got him stuck.
Yes, Your Honor, exactly.
Are they at Sheila's house?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sheila, what do you have to say to that?
Your Honor, all what I saw was an opportunity and I grabbed it. You know how hard it is to be a single mom, especially at this era where the living standards are over here and no job opportunities. So when Patrick asked me out, there's no way I was going to say no. After all, we had a kid together. And like any other mom, I would love my son to grow knowing his dad.
Okay, Sheila, so after manipulating and blackmailing the deceased, as said, that's when your marriage began?
I think we can say that because that is when we started something new, something different from what we had before. Having this guy who's loving and at the same time caring, and he's always there for you, not like all these men who just want to go with you to bed you.
Order.
Yeah.
Well, did it not bother you that he was a happily married man?
Oh, you mean that it didn't bother me that I was going to be his second wife?
Wait
Of
a
course
minute.
not.
Did you just say second wife? I mean, his family members did not even know.
I mean, seriously, what is she even?
Christine,
She's supposed
please.
to that man.
Let her explain. I'll let you speak.
So, Your Honor, after we moved in together and all the romance, yeah, I think I can say that is where our marriage began.
So, wait a minute. Are you saying that you moved in together with the deceased?
Oh, yes, we did. We did for 2 months.
2 months. Did you move in with the deceased in your Kitengela house, the one you had bought for your son?
No, Your Honor. That was before he bought me the house. I was still renting, but I can still say that life was good. Having my Patrick as a husband, my son and I, we celebrated all the birthdays, went to all the vacations. I can say life was good and romantic, Your Honor.
So, when the two of you are living together, if I may ask, Sheila, did you get to have another child?
No, Your
Maybe
Honor.
did you get pregnant or anything?
No.
So you don't have any other child or babies together?
With Patrick, no, but I am pregnant right now, but it's for another person.
You are pregnant?
Yes, Your Honor, 3 months.
3 months pregnant.
Yes.
Unbelievable, you see.
You don't even supposed
So
to be
this
talking.
means you're seeing somebody else already.
Yes, Your Honor, but that doesn't mean that I still don't love my Patrick. I still do love him.
So to you, Christine, if I may ask, what got your husband moving out to go and stay with another woman exactly for 2 months? I want to understand that piece.
You see, Your Honor, when we first got married, it was all nice and awesome, and we actually had expectations within our marriage, but we actually had even said that we'll have 3 kids, 2 girls and 1 boy. But this is when it all started, when I first gave birth to my first child, and I started having complication, and I was told by the doctor I could not actually get pregnant again.
Okay. And you knew your husband was living with Sheila. You knew Sheila. Did your husband threaten of any divorce? Was there any divorce filing or anything?
Not exactly,
So
Your
it was
Honor.
just a separation?
Yeah, Your Honor.
You felt you needed time away from each
Yeah,
other?
just a break, Your Honor.
And that was after a heated conversation, as you say.
Yes, Your Honor.
I see here, there is a Christine. You are entitled to 20 million of insurance cover, a mansionette 3-bedroom in Syokimau, and a Prado Toyota SUV, and 10 acres of a piece of land in Kapsabet.
Yes, Your Honor, but some are under my name and some are under Patrick's name.
Kapsabet is Patrick's ancestral home.
Yes, Your Honor.
That is good. So there is some property which is under your name and some in Patrick's name.
Exactly, Your Honor.
Okay. And you, Sheila, you are claiming up to half of Patrick's estate
Yes, Your Honor. I want to be able to afford.
as a second wife.
Yes. I just want to be able to afford to take my son to a good school. I mean, that was Patrick's dream, for his son to go to a good school and have the best in life. That's what I want to give my son.
It's every parent's dream to take their children into the best of school, give them the best education. If I may ask Sheila, how many, sorry, not Sheila, Christine, how many children do you have? Or did you have with the late?
Just one, Your Honor, a girl.
Or just one, a girl?
Yes.
And that is the late Patrick's daughter?
Exactly.
Oh, I also had a son, Your Honor. I had
We
a
know,
son.
Sheila, we know. Okay. And so, Christine, after a heated conversation with your husband, which got him leaving his home, that is your marital home, it was so bad that he had to go and seek conjugal rights or comfort in another woman.
Not exactly, Your Honor, because the main thing that actually led to our separation that made me tell him that I wanted a break, it's because, you see, there was this one time that he did not stand up for me as his wife. So I really got
When
angry.
you say stand up for you, that's against who?
My mother-in-law. My mother-in-law,
Your
yes,
mother-in-law.
my mother-in-law.
You're talking about Patrick's mother.
Yes, exactly. My mother-in-law actually started accusing me that I used to do dirty works with my body when I was young. She even went to an extent where she said that I used to do abortions.
And that's your mother-in-law saying that about you?
Yes,
To
Your
her,
Honor.
to herself, she was convinced you will not get pregnant again because you had abortions.
Yes, Your
Did she know you from the past?
No, Your Honor.
So it was just like, it's sad to hear that about a mother-in-law to a daughter-in-law, but okay, continue.
Whenever Patrick used to come, I will tell him, the first thing I'll do was to tell him.
You tell Patrick what happened between you and the mother-in-law.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Patrick did not take it seriously though, and that was when all the confrontations started. And
so when you say confrontation, does it mean you got physical fight with Patrick, or what was that?
no, not actually physical
So
fights.
nothing physical. You
Yes,
never got
just
into
exchanging
you never
of
got
words.
Or just exchange of words.
Yeah, and calling of names.
And the deceased knew that you and the mother-in-law, you are not in terms.
Yes, Your Honor, because I used to tell him.
You had told him. Okay, makes sense. Okay. You said the mother-in-law used to tell Patrick when he gets home about your differences or about your disagreements with her.
Yes, Your Honor.
Does it mean you used to live within the same compound, same house? You lived with your mother-in-law?
Yes, Your Honor. She actually moved in when all this started because she claimed that she wanted to secure her son from evil.
Order, please. When you say evil, what exactly do you mean? What evil is she trying to secure the son from?
Unfortunately, I think she meant me.
She meant you are evil.
Kind of, I guess.
Sheila, how exactly did you meet Patrick?
We met online, Your Honor.
That's a lie, Your Honor, actually. My sister-in-law was the one who introduced Patrick and Sheila together. You see, when my complications started, my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law ganged up on me to make sure that I and Patrick actually divorced. And thank God, our bond was actually unbreakable.
When you say they ganged up, who are you referring as they?
My mother-in-law and sister-in-law.
Okay. Was Sheila already in the picture then?
No. But yes, she also actually came in the picture.
Okay. Is it true, Sheila, what Christine is saying?
That's a lie, Your Honor. Patrick and I started dating long before I was even introduced to her. That's a lie.
Ms. Sheila, may I ask you a question? You met Patrick online.
Yes, online.
Online.
Facebook, Instagram, all those.
And you ended up being introduced to the very person that you met online?
Yes.
You knew, you are friends with Sheila, with Patrick's sister.
Yes, we...
That means she introduced you to Patrick.
Sorry?
Sheila, you met Patrick online.
Yes, online.
And later, the sister introduces you to Patrick.
Yes. Yeah.
What a coincidence. What a coincidence. So you are friends with Patrick's sister?
Yes, we've been friends for quite some time now, Your Honor.
Okay. So were you introduced to Patrick because Christina would not get more babies? Or
And no, I didn't know about that. I came to know later on that she couldn't give.
the sister never mentioned that to you?
No, she didn't.
She just wanted the brother to have a light-skinned girl in his life?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from my understanding is the reason why your husband left and went to live with Sheila here after an argument you guys had was because of the unhappiness. He moved to be with Sheila because of the arguments you guys were occurring quite often?
Not exactly, Your Honor. You see, the reason why Patrick actually decided to move out and live here with her was because there was this time we had a really argument with him, and as his wife, he was supposed to stand in for me from his mother-in-law, which he did not do.
And so he moved out of the matrimonial home?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you know where he was going to live?
Not exactly, Your Honor.
Did both of you that your husband was staying away from home?
As a okay, like they say, as a wife, I just needed space, Your Honor, and I wanted to stand firm as a woman and make some decisions of my own, Your Honor.
But why did you decide to stay with all the pressure from Patrick and the sister? The in-laws, they disliked you. Why? How come you decided to stay on?
I decided to give a deaf ear to all the negativity and stand firm as a woman.
Okay. So when you say you decided to give them a cold ear and stand against their negativity, what exactly do you mean?
What I exactly mean, Your Honor, is when they kept pushing on the pressure to me, what I decided to do was just kill them with kindness.
Nada. Or by facing head on, you mean you saying enough is enough of what was going on and stand strong to your vows
Yes,
as
Your
a
Honor.
wife?
Yes, Your Honor.
So the deceased never came back home, or he came back home? When he came back home, how was it?
When he came back home, we actually talked it out and decided to...
You started from, or you started all over again, or you started from where you stopped?
No, actually, we actually decided to start it from where we had stopped it.
Okay. Was forgiveness part of it?
Yes, Your Honor. As they say, forgive and forget.
Yeah.
Order.
That work out for you.
So, your husband didn't exactly agree to let Sheila go due to her light skin, right?
Pardon, Your Honor?
Your husband didn't just let Sheila go after buying the house as agreed, just go, or she would not let the light skin, as you called her, to let go after buying the house? As
No.
agreed. You had agreed with your husband, you'd buy the house
Yes, Your
for
Honor.
Sheila, and then you'd let them leave.
Yes, Your Honor.
Then it went to the next phase was, I'm going to see my son, which ended up, the relation got stronger.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sheila,
Yes, Your Honor.
you said you have a son with the late?
Oh, yes, I do.
You have a
Liam,
son.
like I said, Liam, yeah.
Okay. Have you already done DNA Is it confirmed that that is his son?
Of course. He looks like him.
Christine, you approve to that?
Yes, Your Honor, that was the first thing actually we did, but that does not justify her coming here to claim the 50% that my husband actually owns, because that was our sweat, Your Honor. We struggled to have all that we have, Your Honor. We struggled with my husband day and night. We were all up with him. All the business, we struggled with him. I don't know even what to say, Your Honor, because I do not get it why she wants to claim the 50%, yet she's not, you're actually a nobody here.
Excuse me, did you just call me nobody? This is...
So you're not happy about Sheila
Not
coming?
at all, Your Honor.
Sheila,
Well,
what
Your Honor,
your take when she says you are
I
nobody?
would
and
like
you're a-
the court to note that I did not come from nowhere. I've been here all along and she knows it.
Sheila, order, please, order.
Hey, order.
Sheila,
Yes, Your Honor. Sorry.
did you have any business that you shared, a running business, or did you have any property that you shared with the late?
Well, it was just that one house that...
The house you were gifted.
Yes.
Did you share a business? Did you invest together? Did you? What can you say that you brought to the table when you come to the estate of the late?
Well, I can say that I brought my beauty. That should be noted.
Okay, what? Sorry?
I brought my beauty. That should be noted. And nothing else.
Order, Sheila. Order, Sheila. Order. So, Christine, why do you hold so tight to the estate of the to the property of the late that you don't want to release, to let Sheila have the 50? Why?
Okay, Your Honor, that's ridiculous because as she said earlier, she's pregnant as we speak, Your Honor. So when things go south on her side, she will have a man who will cater for her. But as for me, Your Honor, this court actually should see it that I do not have anybody. All I have is me, myself, and I, and the little that Patrick decided to leave for me.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Your husband? I was married to Patrick too, and when he left for us...
Order, Sheila. Let her finish.
Sorry.
Let her finish, Sheila. Christine, please continue.
As I was saying, Your Honor,
Yes.
the little that Patrick actually left for us is the one that I'm using actually to cater for my mother-in-law who is in Kapsabet as we speak.
Oh, you mean to tell us your mother-in-law, you're in terms now?
Yes, Your Honor. I decided to forgive and forget, and now I'm catering for her.
Oh, I must commend that. That's so kind of you. Kindly carry on.
She should extend the
Yes,
same to me.
please proceed. You are saying?
As I was saying, Your Honor, I don't know why she's here justifying the 50%.
You don't know why she would claim the 50%. She claims she is a mother to the son, who's the heir to his father's property.
Yes.
She
That does not
claims she was married.
No,
I'm yet to come to that. You'll have to prove that to the court.
not exactly, Your Honor. Her having a boy child does not actually mean that the boy can actually
what?
own all the properties that Patrick had.
So you said, out of the understanding between you and Patrick, you got him buying a house for Sheila.
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you know what kind of money she was getting from the husband? Was she getting? Was she on an allowance? Since I understand they didn't have a business together.
Not exactly, Your Honor, but
But did then Patrick put some money up for the baby or
yes,
for the baby
yes,
upkeep?
Your Honor. Yes, exactly.
There was some money.
Yes, Your Honor.
Was it-
You see, Patrick actually paid a full year school fees for the son.
Oh, did she? Did he? Did you receive money for your son's school fees?
You're not about the money? I don't think so. I mean, Patrick never gave me my son's full year school fee like she's saying. I mean, my son just joined daycare the other day.
Sheila, why are you lying?
I am not lying. That is so true.
Sheila, I have the affidavit here. And I can see the deceased texted you at a point and told you that he's catered for the baby's for your son's school fees and upkeep. He sent you money and paid school fees by way of money transfer. So money was deposited in your account, and you write back to him saying it's only a daycare, and you will be picking up your son at 3 o'clock. Tell me if I'm out of order. It's in the writing. And you say that you're sure you'll manage. Your husband goes on saying that part of the money to be used to pay a house girl or a housekeeper, a house help, and to see you easy on the house chores. And the money sent was 120,000 of Kenya shillings. And you write back, very received with lots of love, 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 love. True or false?
My bad, my bad, Your Honor.
Ms. Sheila, are you still saying that you don't remember?
No, I didn't remember about that, but wow, okay. My bad, Your Honor. I didn't remember that. You know, Patrick, after he passed on, it was so hard for me, you know, to cope with everything. But I still could say that it was a great deal for me. But yes, I did receive.
So now you are in admission that you received money for your school for school fees and upkeep. Are you accepting to that, Sheila?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
So, Christine, if I may ask, how is your mother-in-law doing?
She's quite doing well, Your Honor. I thank God for that.
So, Sheila, Miss
Yes.
second wife,
Yes.
do you ever go to visit your ailing mother-in-law?
No, I didn't even know that she was ill. I mean, after Patrick passed on, this family has been keeping me out of the law. I didn't know.
Yet the sister is your friend?
Yes, but like
Does it mean that even the sister blacked you out after Patrick passed
yes,
on?
yes, exactly, Your Honor. All of them blacked me
Do
out.
you have a sense of realizing you are being used for a purpose? Forget about it. Back to you, Christine. I wish to understand, you have a daughter
Yes, Your Honor.
with the
Actually,
late husband?
yes, Your
You
Honor.
are legally
Actually,
married.
yes.
And how old is your daughter?
She's 8 now. Actually, she's going to grade 3.
No, she's going to grade 3. Sheila,
Yes, Your Honor.
would you send your son to have a weekend sleepover or a holiday stay with Christians so as to have a bond with the brother, sister?
No, I don't think I would do that. I fear that they might, they might blackmail him, or maybe, what is it called? They might,
Sheila, a straight question, straight answer. So you're trying to say you would not like your son to meet the half-sister?
yes, I fear that they might brainwash him and turn him against me. So, no, thank you. I can take him there.
Okay. What about you, Christine? What's your feeling about it? Would you like your little girl to have some time with a brother?
If you had asked me, Your Honor, first, I would have said yes. But since she said no, who am I?
Nobody. Nobody.
So, well, I can see some mistrust there, but it will be important that the kids get to know that they have a bloodline. Otherwise, you might be called to a marriage of the same family. Oh, well, have you brought your proof of marriage? I've had you all.
Yes.
I would like to see evidence. Sheila, I'll start with you, please.
Of course.
So we have Jane's card. That is, you're trying to prove the wedding dress preparation, pre-wedding or wedding dress preparation.
That card
It's
is
okay, I've got it, I'll see it.
everything.
Actually, Your Honor, if I
In
may.
your writings, you have, in your affidavit here, you have some written you have photos. Was it marriage photos, wedding photos? What photos do you have?
Your Honor, oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, my photos just, let me see.
Can I see that? Let me have it.
Of course, yes, of course. He's handsome. He's handsome.
Oh, sorry. So, Sheila, this is you and your husband on a holiday here?
Yes, yes. So happy.
Okay. You seem quite happy.
Yes, of
So
course.
does he. There's one here, I think you're having a glass of wine. Excuse me. Yeah. Holidays, I think this was at the coast or somewhere.
Oh, no. That was Zanzibar, not Coast. Sorry.
Order, please.
Order.
So you have holidays, that is Zanzibar, wherever it was. You have, this looks interesting. This was, which one was this?
Yes.
Let her tell her, what was the occasion here?
Okay. What was the occasion here? He's handsome.
I do. Oh, sorry.
Order, please.
Okay. So, which one?
Okay. Oh, okay. This one.
Okay. Okay, yeah. This was my son and I and Patrick during his first day in daycare. He was excited, so was I.
Okay.
As just seen.
Okay.
Yes.
Add it. Good. Those are photos. That is good. Then I see you got cards. There is pre-wedding cards.
Yes, that was my pre-wedding card, which was
And you
supposed
have the. Excuse me, Sheila. I have it here. Can I just read it?
Okay.
So you have your pre-wedding cards, and then you have the design you'd like your wedding cards to be. But I may ask, if I may ask, where or how did you marry? Was it in the AG's office, or did you marry a Patrick in church?
It was in church, actually, Your
It was
Honor.
in church.
Yeah, because there was a honeymoon, actually.
Okay, that doesn't prove that it was in church, but once you say that's okay, that's good enough. I'll get to know that. Sheila, did you ever realize that you can't marry twice in church? Don't you see, you're either giving us false evidence or you were fooled?
No one fools me. And secondly, that is not for
Where did you plan to wed Patrick?
It was supposed to happen 2 months from now. Like
But where? In church or in the AGs?
Well, for me, it didn't matter where, as long as I and Patrick were just, it didn't.
Okay.
It didn't.
Okay. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Well, for me, cards and photos doesn't prove marriage. Just proves you're happy together, but
Yes.
that doesn't prove marriage.
But that doesn't mean.
Marriage is a special way of commitment, and please, if I may, in the way of law, beautiful photos, happy couple doesn't prove marriage.
But your own.
Order. Can I have Sheila's?
Hey.
Sorry to say, but this is what I'm talking about. Right there is a marriage certificate.
But Your Honor, that pre-wedding card, that is just right there, proves that we're supposed to have a pre-wedding. It's just, we not being legally, married doesn't mean that we're not planning to.
Order, Sheila. I've got a court to attend to, and may proceed in my work. There's a marriage certificate. I don't see any photos. Didn't you and your husband go for holidays? Didn't you celebrate birthdays or something?
Not exactly, Your Honor, but there was a honeymoon.
And that's all you hold. Or did you go to holidays? I see Sheila with the husband. Only, but you have a marriage certificate. That's good enough. You might not have enjoyed the good wine and romance, but you were legally married to your husband. Now, Sheila, I'm sorry, your pre-weddings and the cards and the photos won't support you much. It doesn't hold waters in a court of law. You enjoyed the vacations, which was good for you. I may commend you that maybe you got the late happy. That was between you. A marriage certificate from Sheila, dating all the way back from 2012, proves that she was legally married. Sheila presented property they shared with the late. And there's no doubt, you also agreed to that Sheila was the principal wife. But when you come to your case, may say you don't stand as a wife. For reasons I can easily point out. There's no evidence whatsoever. I'm happy that you've got a promise to be good parents. You're taking care of the late husband's children, and I believe you're here for the good of the kids, Sheila, for the good of your son, for the good of your daughter.
Yes,
that is the late. And you are here to see what they can benefit and live on from what their father left behind after his hard work. Sheila, 50% of the property will be impossible for you.
Okay.
I'm happy. I'm just going through the papers here. And I'm happy for you as a woman, the way you stood up, even after being pushed, you stood for your mother-in-law. And that I commend, and I wish everybody learns of humanity and good heart. That was good. That was very good of you, standing in for your mother-in-law, even after your husband died. Mm-hmm. Many would have packed and left. You had the upper hand to take all the property and go, but you stayed.
Yes, Your Honor.
I commend you to that. You stood up for your daughter, and so for you with your son. I look at the property. There's a 20 million benefit from the insurance. I recommend you as Patrick's wife.
Yes,
All the
sir.
property you shared, which is under your name, you are rightfully going to keep it, and no question to that. On
Thank you, Your Honor.
order, please. When it comes to the insurance money, I wish 35% of that money to be given to Sheila here.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
And it should not be given like direct. It should be given as a financial support. So to avoid to avoid misuse, it should come into installments. We're looking at it be divided in 5 years installments. Order, please. 5 years installments, payable monthly. Okay. The 3 acres in Kapsabet. Had you built in Kapsabet?
Pardon?
Had you built in Kapsabet?
Yes, a 3-bedroom house actually.
The bedroom of the Kapsabet house stays as a family property. The son and the daughter can share as a father's property, but since it is in the late Patrick's ancestral home, it will end up in the hands of his son.
Thank you, Your
When
Honor.
it comes to age.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
But, mark my words, I've said the daughter has the right to go to his father's ancestral land and comfortably enjoy the house.
Okay, Your Honor. Thank you. Thank you.
You get to keep the house, which belongs to your son.
Thank you.
And I think that's about it on the property. Right? But I would just like to understand with everybody in this court and everybody out there, having a child with a person doesn't put you on the spot as a husband or a wife. As a man, you have the obligation, once you have a child with a lady, even if there's no relation whatsoever, to build a relation with your son. That is what we call manning up. But if you can man up, then stand in and meet your obligations by way of supporting this child. It doesn't have to be the government coming after you to pay child support. But still, the case before us today in court is about you considering a child together is a marriage. It's only your son who is entitled to his father's property, not you. You have no rights whatsoever. If you didn't have that child, that would be about it with you. Okay. And also, I should say, it takes a big heart to stand in and be strong, persevere, as Christina did. Stand with your husband. No matter what, it's not an easy journey to stay in a marriage. It takes everything. There's confusion, there's depression, there's all type of unhappiness. I don't say it will always be unhappy, but understand each other. Don't abuse, don't bend each other backwards. Love and care for each other. And a marriage is not a bed of roses, neither is life. My judgment, my advice to you, I hope the court has been fair to everybody. Court is adjourned.
All rise. Oh, well, thank you. Now you're free to go. You're free to move anytime you want. Thank you so much. Okay.
I never won. It's okay.
No.
Thank you. Nataka tu ni nyumba.
From nowhere.
Yeah.
Lakini I had him call me.
Shika, mimi nahepa sasa. Nisaidie na hiyo kadi.